So today's topic is going to be focused around MarTech because we discussed like we are going to highlight some topic or the other like in these connects. Couple of updates for those of you who couldn't join like the last connect for Social Saturday, that we have shifted this to bi-weekly instead of weekly because we felt that it required time to enjoy your weekends as well. You do not feel like to connect every weekend, and you sometimes just want to spend some time like away from the screen. So respecting that, and we understood that in order to have quality discussions we should have like less frequent connect or a kind of balanced approach. So 15 days or fortnightly connect is a better option, I believe. The other thing is that next fortnightly connect is around 2021, and that is going to be our workshop which Sony would be hosting. So do join that workshop as well. You would be getting all the details in upcoming few days, join link and how to register and everything. That is another initiative Social Tantrums has been trying to do for since May this year, try to organize these workshops from different streams of society, whether it is like academics, whether it is like influencer marketing, whether it is digital marketing, which is our core domain, or any other field, even the finance or NGOs and all. We try to kind of reach out to any of like people who are leading such initiatives and want to contribute to knowledge to other audience of interested audience to know like about how like these things work or like how they are able to contribute to the society. That you can stay tuned or get in touch with Sony. She will be sharing all the details in the group itself. Thirdly, like of course, like before going to or like jumping to the main topic, we can of course start with the updates. If you want to share anything, if you want to introduce new projects or any achievement, feel free to be as casual as possible. Don't feel like this is a very formal platform or something. I just wanted to devote 1 hour a week just to interact with you guys, and I just want you to be as friendly as possible, uh, and share whatever is in your mind. Over to you guys.
Hi Rishi, yeah.
I feel the same vibes which I used to feel in the school days, where when teacher asks anything, like there's a pin drop silence. No one wants to initiate. So
I
it's the
can
same.
relate. I can relate to this a lot because I was a teacher once.
So, so right now I'm involved in market research, and we are trying to improve our app install, and improve our overall customer base. So right now I'm
And is
working
it
in this.
like is it focused on paid media or is it like overall like how um
Yeah, paid plus outdoor activities.
okay,
So
you would like to
yeah. So
brief more
so
about it?
so currently we are planning to collaborate with influencers and local publishers to improve our visibility and reach an app install across Qatar. So Roop will be also helping me on this project.
That's
Yes, and
nice.
just like I mean, I also have a couple of updates in general only to give, but quickly wanted to cross-check one more thing that in the WhatsApp group right now, we had shared one invite. I think Sony had shared that, right? So for events, so that will be happening today only, or that's for later on someday. I'm quickly opening the topic being like marketing technology. So was there anything specific in that? Because I thought that there will be a key, two, three key points, and I wanted to discuss that as well.
So this is the same social Saturday. We are already on that call, and that's what I'm trying to say that before
Got it.
jumping
Okay,
onto the
okay, okay.
main topic, we just wanted
Okay,
to
okay.
interact because I don't want to keep it boring and like just like joining in for the
Fair
Martech
enough.
or like anything. I just want to know what Roop Manjri has been doing or what Abhishek has been up to.
Okay, understood. So now, taking that like on that note, one thing is that I lately have been also getting into fi like trying to figure out what are the different blogs that a typical digital marketer should be subscribed to, because as of now, depending on different kinds of research, but like people would be specialized in a specific role, right? Like if I would be specific to PPC, so I used to end up consuming a lot of performance marketing related content. But eventually, like, going beyond that, and now that we have new team members also joining, so from the point of training them, I realized that the getting teaching people to get into the habit of regularly consuming content, but there's also an art of how to consume the correct kind of content, because in today's date internet is like, you have content everywhere, right? So I was doing a little research on that, and I came across some very interesting blogs. Some of them I had started sharing on the groups and with Abhishek also. So initially, that we used to face one issue with Qatar market was that there was very limited data on the details of the how the online market is working and so on and so forth. It was very generic. But now I'm realizing that every market has some hidden source where you can get the data. It's just that you have to like subscribe to it and continuously continue doing research. Now, since obviously it's a uh, I can't find the English term for bhool bhulaiya. But since it's a maze, I've started preparing a document on this topic as well, like the art of doing research and how do you, specify what you want to be doing, how do you improve the kind of content you're consuming, and how do you implement in your everyday life. So once I'm done with that, I'll definitely be sharing the document as well. And second thing, updates from my side, some of the interesting latest projects that we've been working on. Number one, in specifically in the social media content thing. So we always knew that collaborating with influencers and community building online on platforms like Instagram and all does have a good impact. But the level of that I got to see recently when for one of our footwear brands, we'd done a collaboration with a online publisher, and within 24 hours the number of followers shot up by like almost 40-50%. And we also ended up, one of the reels in another parallel profile went viral, and within one day the number of followers increased by 2000, 3000. And this was like a profile which hardly had 200, 300 followers. So that was also interesting to see. And now we're constantly monitoring what kind of content is working, not working, because building a community from scratch is not all that easy, right? Especially in a space where you don't have a given topic and you just need to build an online community in general. So that has also been quite interesting to see.
Absolutely. I mean, like we ourselves have this example in front of us. Like last 2 3 years, we are trying to nurture this community or adding up people. I believe beyond like adding people, it is more um, say like difficult to retain them or like keep adding values because these days like audience is very aware and they are not like someone like who joins and like stick around like and don't care like if you're sharing with them anything which is not useful to them. So it's like
Hmm,
attention span is like people say it's like goldfish, so it's in seconds or microseconds. So you have to win people like by doing both art and science of marketing, at what you're sharing, like how frequently you're sharing, what kind of format you are utilizing, and is it any adding any value to them or not. So very true,
correct.
and interesting to know that you are also doing such things in Qatar marketplace. So very unique and different market, I would say. And I believe like in future, like definitely we would love to know like about this geography. Probably you and Abhishek together, or like any one of you can walk us through what different dynamics you have found out, and we can form it as a topic of the day or like the social Saturday, and maybe you guys can present. I saw someone joined. Vivek Rawat has joined and left for some reason, but no issues. So, Vipul, how you have been? What are the activities you were involved in? How are you?
Understood. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Hi. I think I have not like interacted with Group and with Sony. So I'll quickly give an intro. My name is Vipul. I work in e-commerce space in India. So we work with all of the 3P marketplaces and some of the D2C brands, uh, which are uh, which are like operating in India majorly. So apart from managing the media activities or the media activations for our clientele, currently we are also exploring that how we can bring in automation. So that is something I think which is already being used, especially in like a more developed market like the US. But in India, still a lot of operational work is still being carried is being done by analysts and by the team. So currently we are exploring that how we can bring in these SaaS based solutions, and how it can like increase our overall efficiency. And in terms of because like majorly, like if you run any performance marketing campaign, the end KPI remains improving the ROAS. So, and that has been like our as well as the brand's focus as well. So we believe that these automation tools would be able to increase or would be able to add another layer of efficiency in our existing practices. So yeah, this is currently what we are focusing on.
Hi, Vipul. Nice
Amazing.
to meet you. And that's actually very interesting.
Yep. Yeah. I actually had a quick question for you, Roop. So, like,
Mhm.
I heard that you like you work with influencers, uh, right?
Yes.
So, like, is there any common platform, or like, is there any like has this creator thing been structured into a platform? Like, is there a structure now, or it's scattered?
Oh, yes. Yes, yes, of course. So there are actually multiple online tools that have now come up that give you a very detailed insight, right from if you want to discover new influencers based on the category, industry, budget, followers, like any filter you can think of, it's available. And versus if you have a list of existing influencers and you want to analyze their profiles in terms of what kind of audiences are available, like the followers that they have, follower analysis, basically the audience that the influencer is catering to, what demographics is it, what is their engagement rate, what kind of content they post, what are the, say, in the last 3 months, which are the brands that they have collaborated with, so on and so forth. And this is across social platforms, so be it Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, so on and so forth. Obviously different tools have access to different platforms information, but it's this thing is available at a global level as well as a regional level. Oh, and also a
And
heads
Rup,
up,
is it
having said
paid
that,
or free?
yeah, it's so 95% of it is paid, but there are certain
Okay.
tools that give you free access for like a 7-day trial or a 14-day trial. And there are some tools that are like you can use it free of cost perpetually, but then the amount of data you can access is very limited over there. First point. Second point, that even in the paid segment, there are different packages that you can take. Some of the tools want like an annual subscription. Some of the tools you can take it on a month-on-month basis, and then you can keep alternating it and so on and so forth. And some tools work on number of profiles you want to see. So, for example, if you want to analyze 25 profiles, so then there's a cost to it, and then you can keep increasing it to 50, 300,000, so on and so forth. Having said this, since we all know that online space and the way these apps also work at their end, like Insta's algorithm keeps changing every now and then. Like for the longest time, Reels was the main focus. Now the shift is gradually shifting back to carousel and so on and so forth, right? And since these platforms also keep analyzing the data on a regular basis, you can't rely on the data of these tools 100%. In addition to the content that they give, you will also have to cross check that based on physically going through the profile. However, how it makes it easier is that it shortens the number of profiles you'll have to physically verify. So I would say it's like a 70% automated, like you can rely on the tools, and 30% you'll have to put in your own effort as well.
Right. And it is not, like stagnant. Like every time it is changing. Like for this month, I have a
Yes.
campaign. I've researched some influencers, found out their engagement rate. But after 2 months, again, I have to do the same thing because their engagement rate may have changed. Like it's not
Fluctuated,
stable.
correct. Yes.
Yeah.
So again, when at the time of subscribing to the tool, you can, before you pay the amount, you can always have a consultation call with the representative, right? And all of these questions is as to how, when is the content refreshed? Because there are some tools that give you live content. So even stuff like if they've put up posts or done a brand collaboration yesterday on an official note, today it will be reflected on the tool. However, there are some tools that take 7 to 14 days to update, and the engagement rates get refreshed every 30 days. So, depending on how much budget you have and what are the which tool you're utilizing, you will have to keep an eye out on that.
Yeah, and I've tried like at the same time, same day, I'm trying two platform to find some influencers engagement rate, and I'm getting two different values. Like it's not same
Yes,
for every
correct.
platform.
Correct. That not surprised to hear that. That there's a very high chance that will happen, which is the reason why I said that we can't, like, the tools, while it has become automated to sorry, it has become structured to quite an extent. However, you can't rely on it blindfold.
Yeah, and for
Like,
Instagram, you cannot. You have to go through their profile and see like is it
of
like
course,
constant or
valid or
like
not.
for some
Mhm.
reels it's 50K views and for some it's 5K. So you'll know
Mm,
that it is not real or there is some, you know, trick.
correct. And on a very random and lighter note, a
Mm-hmm.
few days ago, I was watching that Netflix show also called Currency. And over there also, because it was a very interesting show to watch from the as a digital marketer, and specifically someone who's looking into influencer marketing also, because it actually reflected on the fact that in a space where the influencers had to start their new Instagram profiles from scratch within a span of 30 days and build up their online followers. Some people, despite their content being amazing, ended up making having only 5K or 10K followers. And some people within 3-4 days end up reaching at 100K plus followers, right? So, and this topic was also discussed, that how you, after you end up paying money, or you have specific agencies that will use bots and tools just to show a higher amount of follower count for you.
Right, right. But you can easily find out these because I've seen like some influencer has 1 million followers or let's say 100K followers, but their video views are less than 10K. All of their video views are less than
Exactly.
10K. So you'll know
Yes.
these are most of these are fake followers.
Yes, correct.
So anyhow, for this influencers engagement rate and all of these things, I think the manual, research is the best till date.
Absolutely. Like,
You
so
can take
that's the
help
thing that
for the tools, but
so suppose if you have like 150 or 200 profiles, the
mm,
tools will help you shorten the profile. But at the time of the finalization, and when you're finally going to do the collab, at that time you definitely need to verify.
right.
Hey Rishi bhai, hey Abhishek, hey hello Sonu.
Hello.
Morning,
Hey Rahul,
Hi Harsh, how are you?
I'm good. Rishi bhai, what about you?
We are all good. We were just started and started with like got to know that India it's raining continuously in Gurugram especially. How's it in Indore?
It was raining in morning. अभी तो काफी थोड़ा humid climate है.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So enjoying the chills of the weather.
Right.
Nice, nice. So, guys, like we were since like we have devoted this week for this topic called Martech, and interestingly, like Vipul already shared some insight that he's already exposed to certain automation tool. So, I just like give you the brief. Like in the last 1 week, I've been kind of researching around these Martech technologies and the basic about it. I what I got to know, and you guys are maybe have like more knowledge to share with me or correct me that it's marketing technologies essentially, and it has evolved over the period of time. I remember in start of my career I used to get like calls from recruiters that do you have martech experience, and I used to get confused at what exactly it is. So I research on the internet, and those times, like, different like jargons were used, or like different tools were there which I was not aware of, except the HubSpot, which I've heard a lot. But then lately, like when I researched the recent years article, anything which makes, like, marketing task more efficient or automated, is now considered as martech. And there is like next step of it called martech stacks, which is like essentially integrating different marketing technologies or layering upon each other, which can talk to each other, as like we see the concept called IoT, Internet of Things. Similarly, in martech stacks, these softwares or technologies has to be carefully chosen, that I would be using XYZ for email marketing, ABC for social media marketing, or 123 for paid marketing. And how I would ensure that these three things can talk to each other. Can I have the unified dashboard? Can I automate these? Can I have certain type of reporting which can pass through all these three different channels and give me the holistic picture, which might be relevant for the business decision takers? So this is my understanding so far. Happy to know your thoughts. That have you worked on any marketing technology stacks or marketing technology softwares? How was your experience? What do you recommend? Like, or do you love to work on these softwares and all?
So basically, when I used to use, I'm using Drona nowadays. उसके अंदर हम लोगों ने काफी ज़्यादा automations वगैरह के ऊपर functioning करा ऋषि भाई. But my experience, मतलब एक दो और हम लोगों ने automation tools वगैरह लिए थे organization में. But when it comes to the automation and getting it automated, like bidding up and down algorithms and all, ठीक है, तो वो इतना ज़्यादा efficiently perform करते हुए मुझे मिले नहीं. ठीक है, because when we have just given the timing कि इतने परसेंट से bit should be automatically updated. ठीक है, 30% या 20% जितना भी हम आपको इंक्रीज इंक्रीमेंटल बिडिंग्स करनी थी उसके लिए परफॉर्म करा हम लोगों ने. बट द algorithms of this automation tools were not performing that great. ठीक है, इवन हम लोगों ने जब भी इनको ऑटोमेशन के ऊपर डाला तो हमारी ACOS काफी हद तक शूट अप कर ही गई. ठीक है, तो आई डोंट नो ऑन दैट कि क्या प्रॉब्लम आता है बेसिकली. हमेशा मतलब मेरे को तो ऑटोमेशन के ऊपर एक और शूट अप होते हुए दिखा है, सामने वाला फिर आता है भागते हुए कि आई डोंट वांट टू ऑप्ट फॉर दिस थिंग. You need to just revoke that automation and get it manually done. So where we used to work on Excel files and get it uploaded through bulk operations and all, and everything is under control. My experience
Interesting.
was worst. I don't know on that how others were functioning on that.
Sure, we want to hear more opinions on this. Have you
Hey
used any
Vipul,
other
what
tool?
about your?
Maybe.
Hi, Harsh. So, what I feel is that so it will take some time for like for the account manager to understand the tool and for the
Hmm.
tool to also understand the functioning. Because I mean, like if we take the example of Amazon, like
Hmm.
every marketer or every account manager is setting up their campaigns in a different way, right?
Right,
So and also with these tools, because these tools basically have APIs linked with the platform, so
right,
they can do all of the work that an account manager is doing by applying certain prefixed automated rules.
right,
But for those rules to work effectively, you like it will take some time to understand the platform and then to like set very specific rules. So let's say that, like, I mean, well, while I was testing one of the tool earlier in 2021, at the time, what we did was we just set up certain generalized rules for the entire account and then tried testing them. So it did not give us that yield that we were expecting. But later when we scrutinized the rules like into different buckets, and we worked with the with the SaaS company in terms of understanding that how like what kind of rules can be added, and how can this entire thing being customized as per my account needs. And like we will have different accounts, so like all of them would have different needs, so a lot of effort would have to be put in terms of setting up that. And I think once that is being set up in the right manner, then I think that results will start coming.
सो बेसिकली यार विपुल, हम लोगों ने जो दूध हम लोगों ने सॉफ्टवेयर लिए थे दैट आर जस्ट सेलर फंडेड। ठीक है, सेलर को चाहिए था कि ऑटोमेशन शुड बी ऑन दैट। ठीक है, तो हम लोगों ने जब फॉर अ क्वार्टर वी हैव जस्ट ट्राई टू अप्लाई दैट थिंग, बट द ए कॉस्ट यूज टू बी शूटिंग अराउंड एवरी डे। ठीक है, हम लोगों ने उसके सारे के सारे जितना भी हम टीम के साथ में भी कोलैबोरेट करा, बट आवर एक्सपीरियंस वाज द वर्स्ट वन, बिकॉज उसका तो एक जनरलाइज्ड मैनर के अंदर उन लोगों ने वो कर दिया कि यार ये जो कीवर्ड्स हैं, द कीवर्ड्स दैट आर yielding गुड रिजल्ट्स yesterday should be increased with the 30% of the bids। ठीक है, तो जनरल अप्रोच के थ्रू जब भी गए हम लोग उसके पर्टिकुलर टूल के ऊपर, तो वी गॉट अ बैकफायरिंग with the shoot up of the ACOS। We also done that beta testing in 2021 although, बट उसके अंदर भी हम लोगों का प्रॉब्लम ही फंसा था, पता नहीं, माइट बी।
So I think that is the catch, that you have to set up customized rules and work very closely with the with this tool, in terms of delivering that, because otherwise you will not be able to see that efficiency. I think we did that in 2021, right? For some of our accounts also at that time, that did not worked out well. So because because like if you see like this automation has been, like, I'm not sure about UAE market. I think Rishikesh would be able to add, but in the US, these tools are actually uh, working on all the manual tasks.
Okay,
That's right.
that's
I guess
interesting.
like in the most prominent tool which I got exposed to, and Abhishek might agree, was Kenshu. And we ran a couple of pilot back then in 2019, and then last year 2020 as 22 as well. And they rebranded as Sky. You might be aware of. It's a wonderful tool. It gives lots and lots of insight. Biggest ability is to integrate your social, your other SEM, that Google's of the world, and the social media, plus your Amazon campaigns, and it is able to provide you a single dashboard. However, what I felt is like talking specific to Vipul's concern, or Harsh's, like, highlight like how it acted adversely. What my 2 cents on that is that when we run that pilot in 21 somewhere, that it was for 2 months. What we our observation was in the first month when it was implemented, say in partial automation mode, where we set up certain if else conditions, that if ACOS goes below this, or like increase ROAS goes below this, take this action, or like if budget is below this point, take this action, etc. So it's like still manual intervention was there. Till that point it was working fine, and it was giving us amazing results. We were like, very impressed that, what we were trying to achieve manually, now we are getting to see, or like, over and beyond of that target. But immediately in the next month, which was part of that pilot, when we run fully automated, when we allowed tool to do the changes, what interesting insight was that, and client was furious about it, because it dropped the sales like anything. Because simply when we say ROAS, it's a ratio of your sales versus your investment. There are two ways to look at it. It's not always to keep on increasing sale. For the tool, it is either way. It can, drop the sale which is costly enough, and it keep on focusing only on the cheap sales. So by that logic, overall sales got dropped, but efficiently it reduces the cost of that traffic, and hence like it was able to achieve the ROAS on beyond of like what we were seeking as a target. So client was not happy because overall sale was dropped, but this was tools logic, and over the period of time, the platform team kept us hooked, and like they tried convincing a lot that it will going to take time because it's AI at the end, and like it will take and it will learn with us like what we need. And the second major disadvantage was that it cannot take into consideration two goals like human beings, and it is almost, we understand it's next to impossible, but we have to deal with certain situation when client is asking two different direction goals altogether. For example, achieving the high ROAS as well, at the same time maintaining the share of search. You have to be on top of your share of search like 24/7, and at the same time you have to also not allow the ROAS to go down anything. So this sort of thing tool cannot understand. it understand the plain and simple straightforward instruction. I think it will take more time for the tool like Sky to develop that kind of capabilities where it can find out the sweet spot, or like act as a human behavior that decide for the best for the account. So that is not yet achieved. uh,
So,
any views like yeah,
And
yeah,
you
go ahead,
know,
Yash.
sorry.
no, no, please go ahead,
Hmm.
Rukman.
Oh, so yeah, I was saying that in addition to the first one also that you mentioned, no, where in the first month like it was doing well, and the second month the sales suddenly dropped because of the ROS that was set. This, like drawing a parallel, we faced a similar situation with one of the campaigns in Google Ads, and the thing over there, like what my team leaders also had mentioned, that you constantly need to keep optimizing the campaign as well, in the sense that obviously after a point of time you need to make sure that the ROs that you're setting also is the correct based on the past calculations that are done. Because A, when you're starting campaign from scratch, then you have to make your own deductions and set the standard. But after every fortnight, every 2 weeks, 3 weeks, we have to keep looking into the nitty gritties and updating our campaign settings also accordingly. So I think campaign optimization, this was for Google Ads. Now with AI, obviously things are quite automated to quite an extent, but again, it comes back to that only, that keeping some manual control is always important.
So over here, what my understanding level is कि हम लोगों की जो भी bidding strategy होती है that majorly depend on the search algorithm that on the platform. ठीक है. When it comes to the Amazon platform, that it is a A9 algorithm. ठीक है. तो A9 algorithm used to say it like कि number of clicks जितने ज़्यादा आएंगे उस particular search term के ऊपर it used to build out the relevancy factor on that particular keyword. ठीक है. तो हम लोग वहां पे भी इन्वेस्ट करते हैं टू मैक्सिमाइज आवर क्लिक्स ऑन सर्टेन कीवर्ड्स टू इंक्रीज द रिलेवेंसी फैक्टर्स ओवर देयर. ठीक है. बट व्हेन इट कम्स टू द ऑटोमेशन बिट इट ओनली फंक्शनिंग ऑन द आरओआई फैक्टर्स कि हम आपको कितना पैसा लगा के कितनी सेल्स आ रही है उसके बेसिस के ऊपर वो पूरे ऊपर ऑप्टिमाइजेशन करता है. दैट इज नॉट द राइट फंक्शनिंग आई वुड से. वहाँ पे कहीं ना कहीं पे पर्पस डिफीट हो जाता है और जो जहाँ पे हम लोगों को ज़्यादा रिलेवेंसी फैक्टर्स जो कि जनरल जेनरिक कीवर्ड्स होते हैं जहाँ पे हमें रिलेवेंसी फैक्टर बिल्ड आउट करने की ज़रूरत पड़ती है टू ब्रिंग आउट आर प्रोडक्ट ऑन द टॉप ऑन दैट पर्टिकुलर जेनरिक कीवर्ड टू ड्राइव द मैक्सिमम ऑर्गेनिक सेल्स फिगर्स फ्रॉम देयर. तो वो पूरा पूरा पर्पस डिफीट कर जाता है.
So this is exactly the point that I was trying to make earlier, Harsh. That in order for the tool to bring in that efficiency, you will have to keep creating multiple rules. So let's say that
Right.
there has to be a rule which will focus in terms of maintaining the in terms of increasing the bits for those particular keywords which has a lower impression share, because for some reasons we are lower than the suggested bid. That is the reason why that particular keywords are not generating any impression. So there has
Right.
to be a parallel rule which will do this, apart from some other rules which will focus on ROS. Then like another set of rules which will focus on sales. And so earlier there was one challenge when we were trying to put in all of these rules together. We were not able to, or the tool was not able to incorporate all of these rules at once. So there would be an overlapping. But now what I'm seeing, like in 2023, because all of these platforms have, like all of these tools have also evolved. Now they are able to bring in that efficiency where these rules are not overlapping.
Okay.
But the challenge is that you will have to invest a lot of time in terms of creating the campaigns or restructuring the account in a manner that you will be able to run these rules in a manner where there is no overlapping. And
वो सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज हो जाता है
that
बिल्कुल.
will be a challenge. So like, that is what I said, that initially you'll like whoever is managing it would have to put in a lot of efforts in terms of understanding the tool, and then this efficiency will like hopefully come in. So
बट होता यही है ना विपुल कि इतना ज्यादा टाइम इन्वेस्ट करने के लिए सामने वाले बंदे के पास में इतनी बैंडविड्थ भी छोड़नी पड़ती है. और वो इतना ज्यादा व्हेन इट कम्स टू द कॉर्पोरेट लेवल people don't want to, managers don't want to invest that much bandwidth.
Correct. I guess like so in general, like a notion is that there are more, as of now, at present date, there are more cons. If I want to list out, it's a huge learning curve. It costs significant amount of time, and results are not up to the mark. Sometimes like these rules are jumbled up. So far, like we talked about like Amazon focused
इवन
tools
आई
like
जस्ट
Sky.
अप्लाइड इन द ड्रोना मेरे
Sure.
मतलब मैंने सिर्फ और सिर्फ 5 रूल्स लगाए थे ट्रिपल एंड ऋषिकेश उन 5 रूल्स के अंदर भी देयर इज अ कॉम्प्लिकेशन और वो रूल ही अप्लाई नहीं हो रहे थे ऑन द टाइमली बेसिस सो बेसिकली पता नहीं आई डोंट नो मैंने उसके ऊपर काफी ज्यादा मतलब आई जस्ट इन्वेस्टेड 2 days ऑल टुगेदर बट 5 रूल्स के अंदर ही वो जम्बलिंग होने लगा स्टार्ट हो गया और कोई सा भी रूल रन नहीं हो रहा था आई फेल्ट इट लाइक लेट इट बी ऑन दैट
Okay, okay. So far we talked about like Amazon focused tools like Sky, Amazon Drona, or probably you would talk about Helium 10 or anything else, Jungle Scout, etc. I want to know like from the different stream of marketing, if anyone exposed to other tools like probably Roop Manjri, you can pitch in here that influencer marketing or social media marketing. What sort of tools you have been seeing as evolving, and like are these successful tool? Is the experience similar to what we have been discussing?
So, with respect to social media marketing and influencer marketing tools, it definitely have been evolving because with the constantly changing algorithms, you need things that so that you can automate your day-to-day process. But at the same time, having said that, yes, the kind of issues that we end up facing with performance marketing is the same over here only. Like we discussed at the start of this conversation, also that. Um, Taking the example of influencer marketing tools, you can't rely on the data 100% because it keeps varying, it keeps changing. Second is that when we end up putting the filters, so in fact, a similar thing had happened recently that even I have a brand which is catering to goods for kids. So the ideally the influencer profiles that you end up putting is that something that will cater to parents. However, it also ended up giving us profiles of content that has the hashtag kids and everything, but like the kids, like the animal kids, so basically farm related, like how sheep have younger kids and so on and so forth. And that over there also, unfortunately, the actual term is kids only. So point is that there that overlap does end up coming, and you have to be like as clear with your instructions as possible. Apart from that, I think I don't think with second point for AI, it's getting integrated into the everyday content consumption also that's happening. So I'm forgetting the name of the profile, but recently one of a very popular influencer in India also ended up posting a video where within seconds his like the presenter's face was switching to that of an AI face, and then again like another illustrator and so on and so forth. And he showed the whole process as to how he made the thing happen all online via AI only. So I think it's going to be a game changer in the coming years. But as of now, apart from this, no major update or issue that we have faced as of now.
Hey, hi Rishi.
Correct.
I've used one tool, GoTrellis, for one of the electronics brands, and results exceeded the expectation. The reason being, number one, while doing the setup, I rigorously spent 2 to 3 days on campaign setup, and checked each and every options at the back end. So apart from setting the rules and whatever expectation client had, I created a list of negative keywords, and I especially deployed their developer to fix at the back end. So while doing these practices, I think our ROI for brand terms were approx 40%. For generic, it was around 6 to 8%, and for competition, it was 4 to 5%.
So
So for the
Abhishek, can you talk more about this tool, how it functions, a little bit, maybe like 2 minutes?
Yeah, so Boat Release is a advertising PPC automation tool wherein you can automate your Google Shopping, Amazon, or few other. I think they have introduced some other platforms as well. During the it's a I did this setup back in 2020. One, I believe. Yeah, it's been 2 years. I didn't recall much, but whatever I remember, there were 4 steps. You need to define your goal, You need to select the objective, and the expected ROS, and set up the campaign type. So we followed the same, and we created a campaign setup based on product category, like soundbar, headphones, earbuds, and yeah, based on our past learnings, we also gave inputs to the goat release team, and uh, eventually we used to sit every day for 2 weeks. And yeah, after 3 months, when we gauged the month on month performance, we saw 34% growth month on month, and also we exceeded the expectation. However, unfortunately, the costs were too high, so client didn't opt it for this tool. But we successfully launched the pilot project, and it was a case study.
Amazing. Like, if possible, like, please feel free to share that link of case study whenever possible in the group.
Okay.
And I know, like, personally, I know Abhishek, and he is a pro tool guy, and he always talk a lot about tools to adopt. And definitely, there is two school of thought as of now at present day. There are mixed feelings that to go full funnel or like full heavy on these tools, or like shy away and like do manual intervention alive. For me, like personally, the biggest advantage is that at least client started to listen to us, that when we say that algorithm takes some time to understand and campaigns get stabilized and anything. Otherwise, on peak of manual task, it client has just like blindfolded, and they don't care that how much time you take. It's just like today they have given the assignment, and tomorrow they want like 4 plus ROAS or 6x plus ROAS. But interesting to see like how long it will take when there is a war of these tools, like which tool works best, or like these are evolved enough. Any insight? We have Vivek again, who joined lately. Hi Vivek, how are you? Any insight from your side, your industry, on these marketing technology tools?
Yeah, hi everyone. Sorry I joined a bit late. Actually, I have a 6 day week. So again, I'm on my way to work only. Uh, so like that is why I joined late. So like in my case, basically I come from let me give you all a brief intro about me. I am into sales and marketing for Jaguar, and I am into general trade. So as of now, there is nothing much happening on the AI front, if I say. Uh, but then slowly and steadily, I think the marketing department, like they are, I think they must be doing some making some plans and in, like changing their ways of working, and so like that's it. In my previous organization, yeah, definitely there were some digital first campaigns they were trying to do. That was Ultratech Cement. So again, nothing much from my side on this topic which we are discussing right now. But then again, I'm listening to all the ideas and all the latest tools and things which is going around. So it's a good
Well,
learning for me.
well, Rishikesh, I think this drive should be a push from a leadership team, because I don't know, middle managers or resources at executive level won't be able to onboard or drive these kind of projects. So again,
So on that front, Abhishek, like all these pioneer organizations have already started some of the other initiatives. In Publicis, we have a weekly call and newsletters for their own Publicis GPT they have launched. I don't know what they are trying to achieve, but they want to be on forefront of automation. Yeah, and like all these AI enabled features. So agencies, it's required to be on top of the game before it's too late to keep winning the pitches. So they have started one way or the other to incorporating these projects, acquiring these companies. But like let's accept the fact that AI is going to be here, and we have to must adapt it. One additional thought I think is that right now the only thing is which is not working in favor of AI is that for especially on optimization or marketing front, it's too heavy on data driven strategy, which used to be a USP some time ago. but lately it has become its limitation also, because it's keep working only on basis of data, while manually when we work, like we have some qualitative aspect as well. So that things which was once considered as like limitation of human being, that we become biased or we become influenced by something, but ultimately we are catering the product or services to human being only. So it needs still needs some human touch or intervention, which may be like in upcoming years AI may also incorporate.
Uh, Rishikesh, just one quick question. So, like, how much is the adoption of these tools in the UAE market? Like, maybe
I
in Google.
think
Yeah.
to be very fair and honest, like UAE or any other Gulf market seek India and US as like their benchmark. So in terms of tool adoption, new technologies, US is the top market, and because of like consistent focus to India, it is as competent as US because of sheer size and scale of the market audience. So because after US, every tool is launched in India first, like this is the most approach, and other European markets. Gulf has been, evolving recently. It is like it has been left behind in the race of these technical advancement, but this has become uh, pro for this market as well, because now where other markets are facing some sort of slowdown and all, Gulf is booming like anything, because we have not adopted n number of things, and there's like a lot of things to do, and keep evolving all these adoption of technologies, or whether it's like simple tools which you easily use in your India marketplace. For example, Drona, which Harsh said, or like Amazon Pi, we struggled a lot, and still like it's in the partial phase. Some whitelisted clients got the access to Amazon Pi, or Amazon Drona is nowhere. When we touch base with the Amazon, we got the answer that it was India initiative. So these things are happening, and but it will catch the phase, and in next 3 to 5 years, I think then things will be more evolved and equivalent to other markets.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing this. I wasn't aware. I thought that the UAE market, like the UAE market might be not at par with the US, but might be with the Indian market. But yeah, good to know
So
this.
digitally, like I think we are all global, and this is like a one big market nowadays. But in the other related technologies, for example, OOH, or these related technologies, I think UAE is becoming pioneer, because UAE or the Middle East altogether, because the kind of investment they do in out of home publicity is next level. So maybe Abhishek can second this, that he's involved in other initiatives other than digital marketing as well. That the kind of investment they do on these technologies to attract people or audience is next level. What we do not see in like the mass market.
Rightly said, Rishikesh. So in Middle East, most of the media budgets are deployed on outdoor activities. So still, people are traditional, and there is a sense of community. So uh, businesses or brands, they try to collaborate with local publishers or influencers, or focus on OOH.
All right. Any other question, any insight you want to share, guys, before we wrap up this discussion?
So like I would just like to add one more point. So and this is what I have I have like spoken with a lot of SaaS founders as well in India. So the adoption of these tools are little slower in the Asian market is because I mean because uh, the kind of salaries that they would have to give in the US or is quite high. So in so the brands or the companies are like more likely to take up these tools in terms of driving their manual work. But whereas in India or in the Asian markets, it is like it is not that higher. So then like when you see it from a business lens, you will be able to see that the delta in terms of the commercials or the business cost this that these tools will add might not make a lot of sense, right? So this is another reason why adoption of tools are little slower here, than the US market.
Yeah, Vipul, rightly said.
Absolutely. Like I always love to go a little philosophical on everything, but like I kind of remember, like actually Vipul reminded me of someone, like I respected him a lot, and I remember his saying, like some 2 3 years back I saw this video when he shared something, and in a very uh, life sort of philosophy or way of working is that um, जब जब समय ज्यादा हो तो पैसा बचाइए, जब पैसा ज्यादा हो तो समय बचाइए. So I think like markets like India and China, there is like still plenty of time and bandwidth. A lot of like people are hungry for employment. So human intervention is still more economic till now. In Western market, it's very difficult because of their norms and like availability of talented resources. So it becomes more logical for them to deploy more automation and other things, because for them, like now even outsourcing things also is started to feel a bit more expensive. So they are trying different ways to keep that money in their own respective countries, and automation is one of the key factor which will help them doing this. All right, I think it's time we can wrap this call up. So, guys, please feel free to share all the list of tools, or if you want to promote anything in terms of knowledge, share. If you feel that you have worked on certain tools or technologies which people might be able to use, or like take reference to and talk to you about that, please feel free to drop in our group Digital Enthusiast, and they can reach out to you. The idea is to help each other through this platform. We'll keep in touch. And again, to remind you that in the next bi-weekly connect, we will be joining a workshop hosted by Sony. We'll be inviting some eminent personality who would be sharing some knowledge, and it would be great to get some inspiration, get some like positive thoughts. And then I think like it will be beneficial for all of us.
Yeah.